Hopefully it don't go pausing now. Wait until the first person comes in here. Comes back, I should say. I turned my Wi-Fi off, so I think maybe that had something to do with me pausing up. I have no fucking clue. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I seen y'all's comments coming through. It said pause. I think my data went out, or not data, but Wi-Fi. So I turned it on my phone. Almost done with this motherfucker. Yeah, I know, it's fucking whatever. Wish he didn't. If I didn't cut that tendon, he would be a little bit higher. I wouldn't be working off the fucking ground for this last part. Shit happens, I guess. I'll put a hole in it. Oh yeah. Wish I fucking had it higher. I did in the tree, but I brought it in here. Cut the fucking tendon. Yep. Oh, fuck. That shoulder's done. That's the opposite shoulder I shot him from. That's the exit wound. I can cut this fur off. I can't fucking get it perfect. Do want to get it off the back of the neck though. Back of the neck has a decent amount of meat in it. There's a hide. There's a skinned deer. Now I gotta cut him up, basically. Oh. Have you ever hunted turkeys? I gotta scroll up with a bloody hand. Hopefully you don't pause me again. Yeah, right. What's up, y'all? Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to finish the hide. I have 2 other hides that are in my like gun room / deer room that I have inside, and I got a couple of hides that I've already dried out, but I haven't slipped the hair or nothing in it. I just dried them out so that way they would hold, and I got those years ago. But got the button buck hide, and I'll have this hide. I'm gonna flesh them out, and I'm gonna try to use hardwood ashes because they have lye in them instead of having to buy the lye. And then I got chickens, so I'm gonna use chicken eggs and try to egg tan it. Thanks, Pernell. It's my second deer of the year. This one's gonna be all hamburger. I just have a little cardboard box down here. I'm just gonna chunk it up and throw it in. Since I already cut the tendon on this side, I can just go at it. Like I said, I ain't going for perfection here. As you can see, I cut that one right perfect to the bone and around. Some people don't eat these because there's so much tendon in them. But if you just cut that tendon out, what you can cut that tendon out and grind it. If you don't get all of it out, here's it gonna hurt. Just fucking eat the shit. That ain't bad. See, you got silver skin, which is basically like it's a tendon right there. See another tendon? But this is your main tendon. That's your ligament. What you can do is hold it out and basically let your knife ride that edge and then come down with it. And that gets rid of the biggest part of the tendon. It still runs up through the vein right there, the meat, but I'll throw that out to my chickens. They'll eat that. Or one of my dogs will grab it. Come around that joint there. Like I said, I don't really care about how it looks. This is all going in the grinder anyway. So I'm literally just cutting off this rump. Doesn't matter how you do it. Just try to get as much meat as you can. Because if you're grinding it all anyway, little tiny pieces matter. They count, you know. Oh, yeah, you can't use, I don't think you can use the terminology of like pew-pews or anything like that. I did earlier, and maybe that's why my live paused, just because I said something about a pew-pew. So see that too? If I would have rode that line like I was supposed to, deer have lines, is what it has a road map to where you need to cut. And like right here, I don't know if you can kind of see it. There was a line right there, but since I was cutting from this angle, I didn't get to that. But if you follow that line, it's a different muscle, you know. So yeah, it's completely different. It's separated by silver skin. But like I said, I'm just grinding it anyway. But this piece right here is good for roast. If I remember correctly, when you separate these two pieces here and here, I'll do it real quick for you. One of them's that one big piece I cut off. It has your sirloin in it, and this is your. I think that's the fucking tri-tip. I don't want to give you what the names are, but I know that this would be like a round. I actually might say that's a nice round, but that'd be good for roast, or you can cut it up for steaks. But I like using them as a roast. All right, see you, random guy. Thanks for stopping by. I am kind of boring. I just got back. Whack and stack. And then here, so I don't fuck up this tendon here, what I'll do is, since it's still connected, I'll cut in like down here, lower for now. That way all them tendons will still hold. Even if I almost cut through the bone, it'll be wanting to give way, so I don't cut all the way down. But cut there, stop, because these side tendons here and here will hold that. Enough, at least. Deer got some Botox, you know. Deer meat processing. Oh yeah. I don't know how it. I may have heard of them. May have seen them. I have butchered and processed every single one of my deer. The only one that I didn't do, I cut up into what I did here, took it to a locker. That was the year before last, and I took it to make summer sausage. But I make my own jerky. I grind it all myself. Save a lot of money that way. And just, I don't know. I feel better about it. You know it's your deer meat. Huge roast. Actually, all of it's getting ground. If I do a roast, it'll be with the rump or my loins. I already got another deer, like I said, with younger one, and I'll turn that into some tenderloins. Be fire. Fire. I want to work on next. And I'm gonna cut these skirts out. Them skirts you cut right along that loin there. I got into it a little bit, but like I said, I don't care. I'm grinding it all up. Even the loins and the inner loins. Yeah. Creating a sin. Oh yeah, that shit happens a lot. I see that a lot. They're like, "What is this? What is this?" And it's like, so you post on Facebook what the fuck your question is instead of just, you know, Google. You're gonna trust somebody on Facebook. Tragic. The way I see it, I think a lot of people on Facebook, they find a way to drown in a drained pool. I'm telling you. And they do it because you said they couldn't drown in there because it was drained. I'm gonna leave that part for now. But I'm gonna come in here basically straight across and then try to find my rib line. There it is. Stop about right there once it starts to get tough. And you can basically peel it back out of that socket like that. And then you just take your knife. Since I'm done there, that's where I'll cut it off at. I know it looks bad right there because it was all dark, but like I said, that's just congealed blood, and that's the top part of the loin anyway that gets separated. That's perfectly good loin. But yeah, this piece will pull right off. But like I said, it's just on top. I'll be able to wash it off of it. But a lot of people don't get this stuff. I do, if it's not too congealed. See how it's congealed up like that? It'll come off. Looks like jello. But right there, you can see that. That's ruined. I'll just go there and say that part's ruined. This lower part though, it's not. That's still good meat. And that's the exit. That's not where I was aiming. Entrance was back further on the other side. Yeah. I whacked myself pretty good there. I just got excited, I guess. I mean, I don't know if you'd call it that, but I sat down in my stand. I was in my stand for 3 seconds, like literally 3 seconds, and I turned, looked right, and the deer was there, and I was like, fucking A. Aimed over, and I left the gun 2 inches off my arm, and I knew it was gonna happen before I pulled the trigger, but he seen me, so he turned broadside like he was getting ready to run off. I fucking whack, and then yeah, I got excited, but it's my 20th fucking deer. But I get excited when the hunt's quick. Like, I get it, you know, hunting's about being in the woods and stuff. I spend plenty of times outside. I don't need no more outside time. I'm there to get my kill and come home, drink some beer, play my video game, not finish my shed. That's goals. And right here, some people will probably make fun of me for doing this because there's not a lot of meat. But go ahead. I've been told by a lot of people it's not even worth the effort, but it definitely is worth the effort. You can even take these. Yeah, it has sinew and stuff in the middle of them, but if they're thin enough, you can strip them out, make some jerky out of them if you wanted to. Some rib jerky. You could cut them out, grill them. You could have left that outside, you know, so it had more meat. I mean, it's good meat. Ain't nothing wrong with it. If I was really skilled, I'd be able to do it all and even get the tops off at the same time, but as you can tell, I'm just a semi-professional. All right, now we're getting close to where that exit hit. So I'll stop there. That is when it doesn't get worth it. But you can see from this angle, shot placement is a little high. I will give it that. A little high, but it was where you want it to be, you know, behind the shoulder. Right here is where you really want it to go. So I was high and to the left, probably about 2 to 2 inches. But for a deer that was on the medium trot, it's a pretty good shot. Also for hitting myself in the eye. So. Oh, it didn't hurt real. I had adrenaline running, so I laughed. I said, "No fucking way!" I said, "I can't believe I fucking did that to myself." Oh, now I'm cutting into the loin. Get the loin off first, Dylan. I'll get it. Right around that hip bone right there. See, Red Dead Redemption ain't too far off when they rip out the fucking loin. They just rip out. Part. See, that part is bruised on the outside and on the inside. That's going to the chickens. They're like little velociraptors, but they eat fucking everything. Now the front leg. I'll get the neck first. Cut this stuff off so I don't have to dig with it. Alright, where's that piece? Good thing I don't have a floor in here yet. Now I'm just gonna get rid of this arm. What's pretty cool about these arms is they don't have a joint in between. So if you find that shoulder, you can just cut right along. There it is. And that arm just will come off. Just cut right through. There's no joint holding it in. That's how it comes off. There's a lower shank on there. I'll cut it off later. Trying to get all this blood clot out of my way. Yeah, look at all that neck meat. I don't know if you can see. A lot of people throw that stuff out. I don't like to throw it out. It's a good amount of meat. Just cut it down to the spine. Show you how much meat they have. But I don't typically go after the front of the neck because of the esophagus. You can cut the esophagus out, it'll come right out. But for this, it's just whatever. But look how much meat that is. I mean, a lot of people throw that out, and that's a lot of meat. Another big chunk of meat off the other side of the neck. Can't beat it. And I'll go after the rib, and I'll get what's left off of this leg, so then I can cut the tendon off. Oh, also got the front leg too. Well, it's pretty bruised right here and here. I'll just cut below. I'll just take that stuff off of those ribs. Dang. Piece of meat. And this bone on these legs, since this one's not messed up, it is flat. So this is like a flat steak right there. It comes out like that. It goes around that elbow. You know, it's probably significantly lighter now. I could probably attempt to pull it up if I wanted to. So I don't have to think being on the floor. But I'm almost fucking done, so. I know what you're saying. Get a table. Cut the leg off. Work on a table. Right on the nose. Tip of the fucking root off. Yeah, that's good enough. Now, I'll get the rest of the meat off of it. And I'm very aware that I'm cutting into the glands, but I'll cut them out when I go through the process. They aren't too big of a deal, as long as you don't shred them up when you're in the middle of doing your thing. If you shred them and mix them into your grind, well, you fucked it. Look at that, Greg. inner loin. Grind. Yeah, I'm like that. It'll grind just fine. I like that. Sucking around, buddy. He's a rhymer. Look at that. I don't even need a knife for that one. The tenderloins just come out. Except right there, I guess. With a little bit more force. Bang. Some in his crotch from this side. Alright, here it goes. Hold for the last cut. No. It's okay. Good thing I'm Finiqua. Now I can comb and pick through this shit. But there is a point when you say enough is enough, you know, even after you grab the rib meat. I don't like wasting a lot of the meat. That's just wrong. I even eat the hearts. I eat them the first night I get them. You gotta eat organ fresh. Stir-fried deer heart. Banging. Hopefully I'm not frozen again. Okay. But what I'll do with the rest of that is I'll drag it over into my chicken coop, throw it in there, and then my chickens will eat that for the next couple days. I wouldn't do it if it was hot outside. Right now it's warm. That's the only reason why I cleaned them. It's like 55 right now, but it's supposed to cool back down, and by the time it gets hot again, if it does, which it should because it's Missouri, but once it gets hot again, they'll already have it picked most of the way fucking clean, and they'll have chicken shit and all that dust and dirt over it, so no maggots will grow on it. It won't stink. They'll pick it down to the fucking bone, and then you just throw it out in the fucking river once it's all done, or wherever you shot it. I forgot, we're in a CW county now, so I gotta take it back to where I shot it instead of putting it in a dumpster or something like that. But yeah, CW my fucking ass. That shit's bullshit. If I've ever heard anything that's bullshit, it's CWD. Wish the deer were this light before. Fucking cut him up. Oh, no, you don't. See, I got less. Pick him up like that. You in DJ? I'm in Missouri. Missouri. Misery. One of my neighbors is they live like across the road, but they're nosy as fuck, man. They're always like sitting on the porch looking over. And I was walking that deer over, and he looked over, and he was like, great. I don't want to piss you off, you faggot. Fuck them motherfuckers, bro. I need to live in the country again. No, we don't have to test for it except on opening weekend. And I want to say during the CWD portion, you have to get them tested. But if you say you're getting it or mounted, they can't test it because they had to cut a slit in the neck. It's like that wide all the way across. That's what they do. They just take a knife in there, cut that out, like a little slab of it. They get their what's it fucking called? Thyroids. I don't know. Yeah, the thyroid or whatever the fuck. No, thyroids are down here. I don't fucking know. I ain't no doctor. I ain't no scientist. Using $400 tree climbing gear to fucking hang a deer. Don't tell the crackheads that little piece is fucking high dollar. It'll be gone in 2 seconds. Only thing that'll be left is an empty meth bag. Little setup here is pretty dope, but I need to get a winch so I can just go. But pull down. Oh. Don't knock over my phone. Lymph nodes. There you go. Yeah, well, CWD doesn't attack them like EHD does. There's another disease which is far worse called EHD. Forgot what it's like. Something disease, of course, but I forgot what it is. But they used to call it like blue tongue. It's where they just get really sick, man. I mean, it's bad. They'll die within a few months of having it. And they always, if you see a deer that's in water, most generally it's EHD. That was a really big thing in Missouri. Like, I don't know, I was little. Now we're gonna skin this fucker. Flesh it, I should say. Alright, where's the wagon? Yeah. What do with it? Fucking person not having a finished fucking thing. Yeah. Well. Huh. Well. Guess I misplaced it. Alright, well, I guess I'll just use this. I don't really want to use my fucking sweatshirt either like that. It's kind of a nice sweatshirt to be doing this in. It's a mite that's in stagnant water. Maybe. I'm gonna go get a towel real quick and I might grab my phone charger too, but that way I don't really mess up my sweatshirt. I'm just gonna use this knife. It'll work. Don't know what I did with it though. I'll have to find it. It's just like fleshing any other critter, but it's a little more forgiving. What I'm actually gonna do with this blood stuff, I got this skunk essence with skunk fat. I think I'm gonna mix some of this blood in there with it. Let it soak that stuff up. Adding all this meat. Yep. I think a coyote will be enticed to it. Go a different way with it. I'm still gonna ruin this sweatshirt. Oh well. Good thing work paid for it. I really need my draw knife. Just use my cutting knife. I have one. I just misplaced it. All over the place. Said I'm gonna do a fleshing video. Don't even have my fucking What she said? Dumbass. I know I'm gonna find it as soon as I get off here too. This is working just fine anyway. Sacrilege. Cut the tail off. It's alright. Can't put the tail on a fucking coat, so. I mean, you could, but. I'm not doing it. Oh, I have one duck. That bitch. Yeah. working too bad. Ooh. You gotta be careful. Yep. Just like that. Put a hole in it. I need to find my flashing knife. I'm tired of playing games. Northern Missouri, like towards Nebraska, I think there's a few. I don't think so. Well, it has to be. I moved all this shit over here. This fucking. What the fuck? Tragic. Yeah, we just have whitetails here. Mule deer are a little bit bigger. That is so weird. So I literally used it in here like 2 days ago. Ain't that some shit? Maybe too many brewskis. Or it might be in my van, actually. I might have, yeah. I think I took, yep, that's what I did. Because I was going to take it to work to grind it and sharpen it. No, we didn't make it into the house. I was taking it to work to sharpen it. It's either in my van or at work. Yeah, that's exactly where it is. I don't even care. I'm not looking. I'm about to run out of daylight, so it'll be fine. If I don't get it finished today, I don't. It'd actually be easier to fucking scrape all this off after I let it soak in that lye. I took a big hole in it. It's okay. It'll patch up. Try to say cut. With this, it don't have to be perfect. You just want to get all that meat off before the lye. Don't want it to rot. That's for sure. This stuff, if you can't get it off in the beginning, once it dries, it's like this sinew. Once it dries, it'll come off easy. It'll just scrape right off. Once it's all dry, you come with like an axe head. You do that. So anything that you missed during that process, it will get it. I can get a good old. There we go. Bing. Got all of that time. See, this knife ain't too bad. I've used it like this for deer before. I just rather have the draw. It's under something. No, I think it's in my. Or it worked. Or under something. Fuck it. I lose everything. My mind went first, and then everything just fucking goes out right. You know what I mean? See, it ain't too bad. I think that side's just really slick from that blood, so it just wants to glide off. But with this spot has the bullet hole in it. You can see it. That's where the bullet hole is. So when you do those spots, you want to glance over like that. You don't want to start at the top of it, because then you'll catch and rip it bigger. Like I said, this deer hide is tough. You can push on it way harder than you can like a raccoon hide. This is good practice for me anyway, for raccoons and stuff. Cause I don't trap that much. I mean, I do trap, but don't really catch them. I never really got into it, and that, like, as soon as it was like a year before I started watching Critter and met all you all, and I hit it really hard. You know, the night of the passion. I'm more of a angle grinder type of guy. You know. Or for knives, I got a knife sharpener, but that thing too sharp. You kind of want something dull. This is serrated, but the serrations are gone after I've beat the living fuck out of deer bones with it. Also, if you wanted to go to the extreme, since this is fresh, I mean, you could eat that meat that got left on the hide. Going a little far there. Going a little far. I'm surprised my camera's even working. That's why I haven't posted a lot of videos too, is whenever I go to my actual camera on my camera phone, it like freezes. So I haven't been able to make videos. But for some reason, Live's working, thankfully, and Snapchat works. Everything else don't. Like Messenger, I can't send pictures in Messenger unless I take them on Snapchat first and then save it and then send it. So I don't understand what the hell. Just need to get a GoPro. See how nice and bright white that's getting? See, there's that bullet hole there. So I kind of want to be careful here. Let's go easy over it. Kind of do that with your knife. If you're kind of like scooping at it. And I'm not going in like that right at the top of the bullet. I'm lifting it up, pressing it down, kind of making a bow. Here, going from the side. Now I'm below it. I'm gonna hold it so I can. There we go. Now I got it a little bit more away from the hole. See what I mean though? Now that I'm getting back at that slick spot, it's getting a little bit tougher. Might even get as much as I can get tonight. Let the hide dry, just a hair. I'll roll it up, skin side out, and let it dry. Or I can stick it in the dryer real quick. Don't tell her. Don't tell no lady about it. I already got in trouble for that with another hide, so I'm not gonna do it. But it was deep flesh though. It was deep flesh. So. It's definitely the fact that it's wet still. Yeah, I'll let that part dry out until tomorrow. Just that little part. Everything else should scrape off. Yeah, see, as soon as I get to that spot that's not slimy from being moist, it goes. There, I kind of bit into it. There's probably something in the fur. Have this duck coming in. She's been eating on that fucking deer leg. She looks like a murderer. Just, you're bloodier than me, Miss Sass. What are you doing? Fucker. What are you bitching about? You know how much scraps you've gotten so far? Yeah, see, if I let it dry, that's just where it gets wet. It's as soon as it gets dry, just goes right down. So I'll let it dry out for a day. Well, maybe if I can Woo. Well, maybe just scraping off, and I'll just do that. That looks like it worked too. Scraping off that scum, and it's already starting to. Yeah. I'll just do that. Let it sit. It's already starting to work, so. Not missing nothing. What's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? Anything special? I'm working. But we're having a carry-in, and I'm bringing the deer roast. God, look how that kills them fucking deer, bud. I can put it to them. And what's funny is, I said I was gonna bring the deer roast before I had the deer. I'll tell you how fucking confident I am about myself. Because all my other deer was ground up already. And so, I had to get a deer before I started back on my day shift. Otherwise, there'd be almost no chance of getting a deer. Unless I got off early or something, but. That rarely happens to me. I think I should have made this just a little bit shorter. It's pretty tall. It's like up here. I should have made it down to my waist, which I can change it if I just cut that or make a different angle, but I could cut that shorter. But when I got my boots on, it makes sense. It's not that bad. I kind of did a bang up job on leaving meat on. Probably left a pound worth of fucking meat on fucking skin. Well, at least I know how to do it by myself. A lot of people my age don't know how to do shit, and that's sad. you gonna do when the world fucking cuts off? If it ever does, likelihood of it happening is almost zero, but there's a chance. Might as well get the knowledge to know how to do shit. How white that's getting. It's thin right here. Really, really thin. Because that's where the belly is. See the difference? You can see my finger poking there. You can't really see it. Yeah. But same thing with this stuff. Slimy. Probably let it dry. Smack it around with the dirt a little bit. Dry it out. Look at that. That's pretty neat. I don't know if y'all can get up to you. You can see that. That's a line. You can feel it in the hide itself. That's where I assume that's where the bullet would have, because this would have been his head. Maybe. No, this is his tail, but that line is from a injury of some sort. But since there's no blood clotting or anything around it, I don't think it's from me. You can see it. Oh, you can actually see that line popping out in the fur itself. Oh yeah, look at that. So prior to me shooting him, or in the process of shooting him, looks like he got hit with either a barbed wire fence or another antler from another deer. Something happened there. And it could have been the bullet whizzing out of his body and coming across. But looks more like a scrape from the looks of it to me. My chat's frozen. Or are we just not being quiet? Well, correction about what I said earlier. That is from a bullet hole, from it coming out of the skin and re-entering. Because there's the hole right there. Yeah, so that bullet came out of him, shot across his back. re-entered him and exited again. Wolves do wild things when they go inside bodies. Yeah, I think I took my draw knife to work because I vividly remember when I was flushing those coons, I was like, this fucking thing sucks, and I didn't have my grinder, so I took it to work, and I think I either left it on the workbench for one of the dock guys to do it for me, because I asked one of them to do it, I think. Yeah, and I either left it there and didn't bring it back and thought I did, or it's in my vehicle, but it's honestly not too bad. It's the real slick parts when it's where it's still gooey at. That's the only spot that sucks. It ain't too bad. But what's that movie with Will Ferrell in it? Fucking Afro. Semi-pro. That's what I am. Semi-pro. Jackie Moon. Or like Talladega Nights. You ain't first, you're last. Well, I'm last. I don't need to get it perfect. Like I said, I'm gonna be soaking in a bucket of lye. I'm gonna use hardwood ashes. Wait till that fur slips out. And by that time, all of this shit's gonna wanna come off even more. And once the fur is dry, this stuff comes off a lot easier. You can scrape it with like an axe head. It'll just come right out. Just oiling up my beam. There's the fucking hole I cut into it when I was using my sharp knife. Fail. -1 point, DJ. See that part? It's all slick still. So it doesn't really want to come off. That sinew is really, really wet. Try to get the most I can off. Oh, shit. 17. I was supposed to bring my phone charger out earlier and I didn't. Minus another point. It's alright. I think I can do it in 17. once it gets up underneath there, this thing ain't too bad. I just think about when the Indians fucking did this shit. They had rocks. Like, fuck. They had the rocks in their fucking teeth. See how. I'm gonna scrape as much as I can down, and then let it dry out right there. Or just go ahead and put it in that lye solution. Do you hear that sound? It's just, ooh, there's a chicken eating the scraps. What's up, old Henry? You missed the show. I skinned this whole deer out in like 10 minutes. That's why. Oh, and I forgot to show y'all before I hung it up. Right here, there was this cut right here on the deer when I found it, like on its ankle. It had a fucking cut on its ankle, like where it got hung up in a barbed wire fence or something. But that's from that. I did put holes in it, but that's from that. I accept my faults when I make them, but this motherfucker got hung up in a fence. No, get out of here. That's mine. That's mine. You can have the other shit, bud. There. Oh my god. I'm gonna get a picture of my fucking duck after this and post it. That motherfucker looks bloody all over its head and all down her chest. She looks fucking mean right now. Good shit, Mayor. Get out of here, motherfucker. Get. Get out of here, bro. Get there. There's a piece of meat. Take it. Oh no, the other one got a chaser. Okay. Chickens are fucking goofy. They'll have their own piece of meat, see somebody else has a piece of meat, drop theirs, run after to take theirs. Like, what are you doing with your life, bro? Yeah. Really, I mean, yeah. You caught me. Decent amount. What I got on the floor here, a pound. And then what I gave to them so far, probably about a pound, probably about a 2 pound loss, but half of it had shit in it. Yeah. I'm making excuses, but this whole portion right here, I wouldn't want the fucking shit right there anyway. That's where all the damage was. You ought to see my basket down there, though. I got a fucking full basket of meat. Thought that was funny. Apparently. What's he say? I'm a semi-professional race car driver. I skin deer sometimes. Yeah. I got this new ammo, and I like it. It does its job, but I'm probably not gonna use it for deer again. I don't know. I will, cause it's just fucking like, it's a lot of fucking damage for that bullet, which is what you want. But on the exit on it was like that big. It was fucking bigger than $50 for the exit. It annihilated that motherfucker. He had lung scattered on the tree he was standing next to, and he slammed into one, knocked some more out of him. His whole entire upper chest part was just all toasted. Honestly, gonna cut that portion off because that's where the tip of the tail is anyway. Do some sacrilege. Now it's getting darker. Hopefully y'all can see good once it gets dark. Yeah, 30-30, buddy. I'm telling you, them fucker. That's what I've killed basically all my deer with, man. That motherfucker. Fast. Also, look at my. Oh, can't see that. Right there. Scope. How it happened, I was walking up to my stand. I got in it. I sat down. I was in my stand. I literally tipped my bucket up, sat down, looked over to my right, because that's typically where they come in from, on like nighter times, going into dawn or dusk, whatever. And sure as shit, deer fucking staring at me. I'm like, no fucking way. So I pull my gun over, and then he's turned broadside perfectly, and he starts getting ready to trot. And so I just did a quick draw, basically. Gun was a few inches off of my shoulder when I did it, and so I knew it was gonna happen as soon as I pulled the trigger. So first time I've ever done it in my life, though. The fact that I knew it was gonna happen, but did it anyway. So now that it's dried off a little bit, that shit's coming off pretty easy. Should have just fucking had a fucking towel. Oh, look at DJ using his fucking brain for half a second. This kitchen towel's totally fucking wrecked now, though. So, wife, if you're watching this, it was an old one, I swear. It was an old one. See, when it's dry like that, the slime's not affecting it no more. I can just fucking. Also, could be finding a rhythm with not using a draw knife. Yes, sir. I'll show them. I haven't showed you. I showed it earlier. Here's a little 8-point. I'm gonna consider him an 8-point. He broke that tine off, but you can hang a T-train on it. And on the very back of his base of his skull, there's like a pip that you could hang a keychain off of. It's not an inch long. It's probably about half an inch long right off the base. So I don't know if you can consider it a point or not. I'm gonna consider it a point. So either way, that motherfucker's an 8-pointer. You know what I mean? Hopefully it doesn't get too dark before I get this little patch finished. Hopefully my phone don't die. I'd like to end it on a good note instead of dying. Phone's on 9%. I'll do a little bit more scraping. Call it alive. Put this hoe in a bucket. Fill it full of water. Get some of my hardwood ashes out of my fire pit. When I say some, I mean a lot. Because hardwood ashes has a little bit of lye in it. I could go to the store and just buy a fucking lye, but why do it? I'm doing it all natural. Got that, and then I'll have egg yolk for my chickens. Is my plan, at least. Egg yolk tan. See, it ain't too bad now. Just drying off. I've also thought about tanning it with walnut leaves, because walnut leaves have tannins in them just like the bark of trees do. Yeah, exactly. That's what I've always heard. So technically, it's a 9-pointer, I guess. He was probably a 2.5-year-old, maybe pushing. I think he was a 2.5-year-old, maybe pushing 3. He could have been an early season buck, you know, like a spring buck instead of like a fall. And then I don't know. That's what I think. But there's so many deer in there. I had that one. Actually, I'm kind of sad that I killed him because I had him on camera, and he was one of the only bucks that I seen more than once. And just so happens he is the one that I shot, because I didn't even look at the antlers or nothing, because we got rid of our point restriction, so we can shoot whatever fuck walks out. And I knew it had a good sized body on it, so I was like, yep, you're dead. Yeah, all right. Get that, I guess. I'll end up probably cutting that corner off after I'm done stretching it anyway. I'll just use that as a stretching point. All right, well, that's good enough for me. Because I gotta scrape the fur off anyway. And I want to show you all this before my phone dies. See how much I have left. 6. Holy shit, live eats it up. Okay, well, anyway, here's the hide, if you can see it. I know it's dark now, but here's the hide that side, hide this side. As you can see, I got most of it, most of the red. Where's red at? But there, that's a bruising spot. That's where the bullet would have came in, scraped or something. Up here, that's where all the damage was from the bullet. There's a bullet hole right there. And then there's the exit hole. Well, that would be the entrance hole. That one's the exit, because that one's more up. Definitely deflected any. What I'm gonna do is roll it skin side out. Like that. Now I'm gonna put it in my 5-gallon bucket over here. Like that. I'm gonna fill it full of ashes and water, get it real stirred up, leave it outside with like a piece of tin on it with a brick so nothing gets to it. Leave it for 3 or 4 days, come out, scrape the hair off, be done. But this, I gotta get back inside. Ooh, take care of it. Ooh. Ah! Look at all that. $7.50 right there, bud. Okay. I appreciate y'all for coming out. I know it's been a while, but appreciate those who came. Thanks for liking and everything. I should have some more soon if I get another deer during archery or not, but we'll see. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Oh yeah, good eating, buddy. Appreciate all y'all for showing up.